What's up, dudes?
I'm Vane. In this video I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about hide or die when first starting out. Also, if there's anything you want to skip to, I'll leave the timestamps in the description. But with that out of the way, let's get right into it. So what is Hide or Die? Hide or Die is a 3v1 asymmetrical horror game based in West Virginia.
Go figure.
Where the killer seeks to kill 3 survivors before they escape, and the 3 survivors attempt to extract enough darkness to be able to power the hatches and escape. If you play survivor in this game and the killer comes, you better hide. There's very little looping in this game. The only thing you get to loop in this game are scaffolds that are static spawned on each map. The game also forces you to play the tutorial, which is a very good idea, so people actually know how to play the game before screwing over the boys. Alright, so let's learn about the survivors. So at relaunch, the survivors can equip 2 perks, 2 augments, and 1 item. These features act the same as Dead by Daylight's Blood Web, except within each level you can spend your darkness points or DP to reveal the highest rarity in that specific dark path. As a survivor, you can customize your character to your liking with lots of choices for facial reconstruction, but this should do a just job at making your character look how you want. You could also choose between male and female genders.
Where are the other 47?
Each gender has specific pieces of clothing that cannot be put on to the opposite gender. Sorry fellas, but you cannot put short shorts on your 6'2" behemoth of a man. Most cosmetics in the game now can be used between both genders though. Survivors also get sprays that will most likely be considered toxic in the near future. Dang, come on, help me open this shit. Alright, you missed. Down the toilet we go, my dudes. What can you do? Oh yeah, and you get some pretty cool Call of Duty calling cards. Alright, so let's talk about the survivors' items. The items in this game for survivors in Hide or Die 2020 are all over the place. Let's just take a look. So first we have flashbangs, which can stun and blind the killer. Smoke grenades that smoke an area for a short period of time. Bear traps, which close on the foots of killers, even though the killers can jump over them. This also does not close on the foots of survivors, so survivors can run right through them. We have a moleculizer, which turns yourself invisible for a short duration. You can still be seen though, so it's best to break line of sight before using this. We have dark warps that teleport you to a random dark portal spawned throughout the map. Painkillers that restore 2 lost ticks of max health. A stun gun, which does what it says it does. A first aid kit that heals 4 ticks of lost health to you or a fellow survivor. A motion sensor that when thrown can reveal a killer in a certain radius. And a key that can be used to lock and unlock specific doors throughout the map. Oh yeah, and adrenaline shots that instantly recover your stamina. Alright, so now let's talk about the survival gameplay. When you first spawn in, on one of the 4 maps you will exit a hatch alone, then do an objective just to open it back up and escape.
I'm not kidding, by the way.
The objective of this game as a survivor is to find the darkness extractors and activate them by pressing numbers shown in red. There are 3 stages of this unless the killer has the perk or the augment that allows it to be 4. After the extractor is activated, the survivor needs to locate gas cans that spawn around the extractor. You can throw these things extremely far, by the way, but once you find these gas cans, go ahead and put all of them in the extractor. Don't pay attention to the fuel bar above the extractor. This doesn't mean anything. Just put all the gas in there and hide within the purple zone around the extractor. If you're the one that activated the extractor, you will receive ×2 darkness, and if you activated the extractor and ran out of the purple zone, you will receive ×1 darkness. And if you didn't activate the extractor and you are in a purple zone, you extract ×1 darkness. And if you didn't do shit,
You don't get shit.
you can see how much darkness you've extracted in the bottom left corner next to your name. The purple bar at the top of your screen that goes up over time is the darkness meter. It shows you how close you are to being able to open the hatches.
That you just jumped out of, by the way.
When the killer gets near survivors, it gives the survivors a heartbeat, and the louder it is, the closer the killer is. Wow. You will almost always die if you are seen by the killer, unless you can find a place to hide in time. There are several hideables in the game: dumpsters, trash cans, porta potties. Even though if you are going up against a scientist, he has a radar that he can use to find you. Survivors also have a super sprint. Super sprint is activated when you press your assigned sprint button 2 times. If you activated super sprint, you must wait until the super sprint bar is filled before doing it again. Survivors have an infinite amount of lives, so don't be distraught if you get tunneled by the killer. If a survivor is killed, he or she will spawn inside of a casket randomly throughout the map. If you save the survivor, you and the person saved will become invisible and invincible for a short duration. If all survivors are dead at the same time or the timer goes to 0, the killer wins. If all survivors extract enough darkness before the time runs out, more time gets added so you can escape. After enough darkness is extracted, 2 random hatches will be able to be opened. Be careful though, the killer can also see which hatches can be opened. Once the hatch is opened, hop in and escape. Alright, let's go over some killers now. So there are 3 killers in the relaunch to choose from, unless you back the game and you can play Krampus before everyone else.
You fucking simp.
Anyways, the killers are the Scientist. He has a bat that is used as his basic attack, a radar that can be used to ping the survivor's location, and a holodome that creates a force field so that no survivors in the area can escape the killer for a few seconds. The Fisherman, who has a spear, which acts as his basic attack, a harpoon gun that can be shot at very long distances for smaller damage, and a sonar spike that is a ground-planted radar that locates anyone in the vicinity. Then we have Stitches, a small and quick character who is the most mobile of all killers. His basic attack are 2 pairs of scissors. His ability is to be able to throw jackboxes. Now these jackboxes can either be thrown down and be used as radars and alert you when a player goes into the radius of the jackbox, or you can use them as an explosion, which is a lot more fun. And then we have Sledge, who wields a sledgehammer.
If you couldn't have guessed that.
He also has throwing knives that slow down survivors and cause 1 tick of damage. His Band Slam ability is used by throwing his hammer into the air and having it slam into the ground. Band Slam also does damage to players within a small area. You also might think that he looks like Puppers, but he is in fact modeled after Swiftor. So let's go into the killer's items. The killer's items are as follows. Flip 'em, it increases the max number of switches required to power an extractor for the rest of the match. Fragile, super sprint sliding under scaffolds destroys it for the next 3 minutes. Rusty Screws reduces the furthest hatch progress by 20%. Optics highlights all survivors for 7 seconds. Crude Oil, gas can time reduced by 20% for 3 minutes. Sweaty Palms requires 1 additional fuse box stage for 3 minutes. Dry Well decreases the number of gas cans per extractor for 3 minutes. And Light Breeze, which locks all the doors on the map. So let's get into the killer's gameplay. You spawn in at your little home there, and your goal is to stop this survivors from extracting enough darkness to escape before time runs out. Killer is a lot easier to play in my opinion, but it's harder to win. Some of the hiding spots are a little glitched as shown here. But the game as of now can only become better, and I've been having a good time playing it so far. All survivors must be dead at the same time, or the time must run out for the killer to win. Killers can break the only looping tools for survivors, or you can go under or around them. Most all the scaffolds are unsafe, meaning that they can't get to a safe area after going under it. You will find that a lot of survivors will try and mind game you under these scaffolds, and you will hit them, but you won't. You will actually hit the scaffold, and sometimes you'll hit the scaffold and the survivor. As I said, playing the hunter is a straightforward job, but if you're going against survivors that actually hide, you'll have a challenge on your hands. So now that we got the main things out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the
Battle Pass.
It's called the county card in this game, and when you play, you get XP, and you can level it up.
This is just how every other Battle Pass works.
Except you don't buy levels on this one. The tiers go up to level 100, with rewards ranging from items to cosmetics.
Alright, my dudes.
That's everything you need to know about Hide or Die so far. If I missed anything, go ahead and tell me down in the comments. A special thank you to the most recent subs of the channel. There's been like 12 since last video, but most of you don't have your subscriptions public.
You gotta do that, my dog.
If you enjoyed yourself and learned anything, go ahead and click the like button and subscribe for future content. Leave feedback down in the comments below. But anyways, I'm Vane, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.
In my life, tell the Reaper I'm sorry. Suicidal thoughts in my head still haunt me. Wrote the fucking note, I read it back and then I trashed it. I don't wanna be depressed, it's just a fucking habit. Got tattoos on my arms so I can't cut. Barely even stay my fucking self so I can't love. Cut off all my friends, they ask me why I'm so heartless. I turn around and ask them why they leave me in the darkness.